Good morning and welcome to the Dumpster Fire 4.0, part of AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I am Josh, here with Janice.
Yes, sir.
Yes, here we go. This is the penultimate episode of the Dumpster Fire 4.0 for this semester. When it comes back in the spring, it'll be the Dumpster Fire 4.1 because it changes every single semester. And what do you know? We are back from Thanksgiving break. Some of us are still recovering, not just from the food, but from some potentially poor economic decisions.
Josh.
Not just necessarily me. I'm not the one who decided to go spend $800 on playing cards.
Really? You had to call him out like that?
I had to do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we have a buddy who spent that much on playing cards.
Yes. See, I spent a lot of money, and I will not deny it.
How much did you spend? How much did you spend? I need to know.
I lost count.
You lost count?
I lost count.
What do you mean you lost count?
I lost count. But the point is, like, most of my Christmas shopping's already done. Like, not
That's
just for
good.
myself, like my family too. My cat even, like, at least it was effective. It wasn't just all for me. But it was just, I don't know, a lot of money. And $10 more right now because I just found something else on Amazon. And I was like, ooh,
What'd you find?
something for a friend. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
That's all I'm going
Okay.
to say. That's all I'm going to say. But let's go ahead and get a quick check here of your weather on this lovely week. It is dead week, y'all, the last week before the end of the semester. Y'all got this. Hang in there. Graduation for y'all is right around the corner.
You can do it.
You can do it. So right now, currently on Fort Lupton, hey, look, an ad for a Discover debit card.
It's telling you something, Josh.
Yeah, no. Currently in Fort Lupton, we're looking at 44 degrees, a high of 52, a low of 18, sunny skies, wind gusts of up to 2 miles per hour. Currently in Loveland, we are looking at 34 degrees, a high of 50, a low of 21, sunny skies, wind gusts of up to 1 mile per hour. Currently in Windsor, we are looking at 28 degrees, a high of 47, a low of 16, sunny skies, no wind. And currently on the home campus of Greeley, we are looking at 42, the answer to everything, degrees Fahrenheit, with a high of 46, a low of 13, sunny skies, wind gusts of up to 4 miles per hour.
So it looks like at all campuses it's going to be a cold one.
It's going to be a cold one, a sunny one, but a cold one.
Stay warm out there.
It's going to be a chilly one, and I'm looking at the time like, ooh, by the time that you and I are out of here tonight, it's going to be about 28 degrees. Ooh, it's going to be cold.
I mean, it's warmer than when I left.
It's warmer than when you left.
When I was on my way here, it was 9 degrees outside.
True. So it was warmer than when you left, but it's still bloody cold. Why are we here late? You wonder. So I'm glad you asked. Right now, or not right now, from 3 to 7 tonight here in the Com Media Lounge here inside of good old Ed Beatty Hall, the Media Club is having an open house party where you get to meet us as well as see what we do. We will have food. We will have drinks. Come one, come all, and learn more about this lovely club and all that we do around here.
And if you don't show up, we won't be offended.
Yeah.
Unless you tell us why, and it's offensive.
Janice said that, not me.
I'm joking, of course.
I'm just throwing the invite out there.
Them's all just jokes.
Them's all just jokes. We got a great show here for all of y'all today. I do apologize if it sounds awkward. I haven't had any caffeine today, but hang on, let me just rectify that situation.
What are you trying to do? An ASMR channel?
Yeah.
Touche.
So currently, I just cracked open a can of my Mountain Dew Energy Baja Blast flavor. I still have 12 cans of this stuff at my house. They're mine. So yeah. But we will go ahead and let it get back to the music. Some of you who've been following the show from the very beginning will know this song. It is once again in the popular zeitgeist of things. We will have more to talk about. We got game stuff we're going to talk about, sports stuff we're going to talk about, as well as just whatever happens to pop into our head, because at the end of the day, it is a dumpster fire. You were all warned. Enjoy. And we are back on the Dumpster Fire 4.0, part of AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I am Josh. I am here with Janice.
I'm still here.
We are still here. Yes, you did hear Cult of Personality played just right now prior to Can't Stop Playing. In the early days of the Dumpster Fire, this is all going to tie in just a second, folks. It'll all make sense. At the time I started the Dumpster Fire, it was around the same time that CM Punk had made his return to professional wrestling after a 7-year absence. When he came back, when he was part of AEW, which was a monumental event in and of itself. They sold out the United Center for his return. The first year of his run was honestly pretty spectacular. And then after that, well, we don't talk about the rest. Obviously, he left AEW. And now this past weekend at Survivor Series in Chicago, he is back with the WWE, debuted at the very tail end of Survivor Series. We found out all the behind-the-scenes details from Triple H himself, the head of creative at WWE. What ended up happening was a deal with Punk had not been struck until about 10 days before Survivor Series, and literally nobody knew. They even went so far as to tell people in WWE backstage and in the front offices up until the day of the show itself that he wasn't going to be there. And at the very last second, about the last half hour, 20 minutes of the show, Punk arrived at the arena. Hardly anybody knew. And to give the illusion on TV, they even went so far as to show the WWE copyright logo, like right before they're about to go off the air. And then Cult of Personality hit and Punk came out. It was legitimately a surprise. Very, very few people within WWE actually knew it was going to happen. There was a lot of speculation, but according to Triple H, there wasn't even a deal signed until very, very close to the event.
Interesting.
So it is official. He is back. As to what's going to happen, no one really knows. Obviously, I am a wrestling fan. It's not lost on us. We are professional wrestling fans. We are CM Punk fans. I love, obviously, that original WWE run was amazing. Obviously, it ended kind of weirdly. Same thing. The first part of his AEW run was spectacular.
Yeah.
Then, obviously, we don't talk about the second year. But the point is, he's back now. Maybe the third time is the charm. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. It's still way too early to tell. Obviously, I'm excited for it. I don't believe in this tribalism in the professional wrestling industry of like, oh, you're either an AEW fan or a WWE fan. I watch both. I watch more than that too. I watch indie stuff too. I'll watch stuff from GCW. I'll watch stuff from Impact, Ring of Honor.
I watch indie
NWA.
stuff too, and I watch AEW.
Yeah.
I just can't do it with WWE anymore.
I can, mostly because, like, now since Triple H is in charge of creative, like, the product's just gotten a lot better to stomach. And then also, you know, like, a lot of these stars, I mean, a lot of them that are in AEW, a lot of them were in WWE, a lot of them made their name in WWE before they jumped ship, and vice versa. So we'll see what happens. I'm just curious to see it. I mean, I'm just glad. I just hope at the end of the day that Punk gets like the satisfaction he wants, like, out of his career. Like, maybe the third time is finally the charm and he can, you know, cap off his career because he is getting kind of up there in age. It is allegedly a multi-year deal that he signed with WWE, so he's not going away right away. But we'll see what happens. I mean,
well, we know he could be just known as the wrestler who kept burning bridges.
I really hope that this with this WWE run that's not the case anymore, honestly.
Yeah, maybe he could make something stable,
you know,
for his career, for one.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. It could be, you know, just, like, fix the bridges and just ride off into the sunset, honestly.
Yeah, because there's going to be a time to where he can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I mean...
And he's running out of time.
Exactly. So, like, I'm not bitter. Obviously, there were some people who felt betrayed that he went back to WWE. It was kind of inevitable, given everything that was happening in AEW with him. The way I see it, it was kind of inevitable, but I don't harbor really ill will towards any of that, and this is just me speaking. You know, sometimes, how do I say this? With some people, sometimes it just doesn't work out. And granted, there may have been a very volatile ending to his AEW career, and that just happens sometimes, you know. When you work, obviously professional wrestling is a very different sort of being, but there will be times when that happens, when you just cannot... There will be places that you go where it may be great, but, you know, you may have beef with coworkers and it just doesn't work. Mm-hmm. That could very well be the case, you know. We'll see what happens with CM Punk. I'm excited personally. I hope that they reissue, and this is just the merch mark in me. I personally hope that they reissue some of the old shirts that he had from back in the day. Because he had one shirt that I really liked that was, it was basically like, it took up the whole front of the shirt, but it was like his two hands taped up, and it had the X's.
Yeah, I know that shirt.
I want that one. I want the original Best in the World shirt, because when he came to AEW, they did like their own version of it, but I want the actual WWE one. just for the retro, like just the collector in me, as well as the original yellow Go to Sleep t-shirt. Like I want that one. If they bring back like the straight edge society shirt, like when that looked like kind of like the Ramones logo, I would buy all of
Dude,
them.
I remember that one.
I want them. I'll buy the merch. I mean, I bought a lot of his AEW merch. I'll buy the WWE merch too.
Yeah.
Only reason I didn't buy the stuff when it was his first run was because your boy was really broke at that time. I was only, let's see, when he left, I was like 16, 17. I didn't have like a stable job. So obviously I couldn't afford like the actual WWE merch. Now I can. So I hope they bring it back, because if they do, I will snag all of it.
Might bring some of it back, but I don't think they'll bring all of it back.
I mean, for throwback purposes, I mean, it's a money printing machine, honestly. Like, I'm keeping all of the AEW merch that I have of his, because that's going to be a collector's item. It already kind of is becoming a collector's item after he left AEW.
Yeah, exactly.
So obviously I'm keeping that stuff. He is still in the AEW Fight Forever video game. So, you know, you can play as him in a video game currently, and I find it funny because he came out last night on Raw. He was cutting a promo. A bunch of the people, and I don't know how WWE actually feels about this, a lot of the Punk merch that people had that were in the crowd was his AEW merch. Like, which makes sense because he's been with AEW for the last 2 years. It makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, WWE hasn't released any Punk merch in like almost a decade. So it makes sense that all of the current Punk merch that people have is either old stuff that they had from years ago or all the AEW stuff. Like, it was kind of funny to me because somebody in the crowd had one of the big best in the world flags, but it was the AEW one. So it kind of made me laugh. And then during Survivor Series, when the camera kept cutting to like crowd's reactions, there were a bunch of people wearing the AEW CM Punk merch, which makes sense because there hasn't been any WWE CM Punk merch in years.
It was better than what WWE was doing when AEW first started and people were wearing the merch.
Yeah, and they would be like, nope, can't wear that merch here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they couldn't stop everybody, so.
You can't stop us all.
No, they can't stop us all. But either way, I'm just hoping that we get some. I'm just hoping that it ends well, honestly. I mean, heck, if he's going to be part of the main roster and Raw or SmackDown come back to Denver, I may have to go just to have a shot at seeing CM Punk. I never got to see him during his AEW run, so who knows? Maybe I'll get a chance to see him in WWE. We'll see. And we will let it get back to the music here on AIM Student Radio,
And
the way
now-
radio should be.
And now, some music.
We up.
And we are back on the Dumpster Fire, part of AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I'm Josh, here with Janice.
Yep, I'm
We
still
are
here.
back on the second hour of the Dumpster Fire 4.0, and I had an idea for a bit just now, but we can't do the bit because we don't have the song in the station library, which, depending on who you ask, may or may not be a good thing.
The internet is a strange place.
The internet is a very, very strange place. So we did manage to do some research, literally like a minute before we came back on air. So this might be very, very entertaining. Maybe, sort of.
For those that don't know what exactly we're talking about, recently a meme has popped up involving the song Whistle and Josh Hutcherson. It's basically the new Rickroll.
It is basically the new Rickroll. It's kind of becoming more and more of a trend where like someone will throw in a random video and then it kicks off on this. It's basically a thirst trap. I'll call it what it is, of just shots of Josh Hutcherson from. Keep in mind, we did our research. The original video that's the source for all the TikToks and all the memes came out 9 years ago. A lot of these pictures are back when he was still doing a PETA in the Hunger Games. So this was way before Five Nights at Freddy's, this was way long, but it also makes you realize Josh Hutcherson has kind of been doing movies for a while.
Yeah, but the reason this meme surfaced came out of the blue.
It just came out of the blue, and it's picking up more and more steam, and we actually have a post here. So it's the YouTube channel Metro Girl Station that made this video 9 years ago, and she actually made a comment. Oh, and I'm reading this, quote unquote, OMG, I can't believe this video blew up after all these years. My little sister showed me all the videos on her TikTok, and I think it's hilarious what you guys have done with it. Shout out to Natalie at Hudgers for sharing the video on her TikTok and making all of this happen. I had so much fun making this edit back then, and it warms my heart to see a wave of new fans having fun with it. This video has over 3 million views.
And the crazy part is, we weren't even gonna talk about this, but the second Josh opened TikTok on his phone,
I got hit with it. So
And
it's
the
like,
sec-
oh, now we have to talk
and the
about it.
second I opened Instagram on my phone, I got hit with it.
So yes, this thing is becoming more and more of a more and more of a meme, and just came out of nowhere. But that just shows you the power of the internet. This original video was made 9 years ago, and it's just barely getting huge now. Same thing with when Shooting Stars, when that song
Yeah,
was
when-
huge.
Yeah, I
That
remember
song came out years before,
Yeah,
and it just picked up.
yeah.
That's just the power of the internet. Like that, the band that made that song, they were like, "Whoa, hey, this is surprising," and it just picked up. It just happens. That's just how the internet works. Although it is kind of weird because, like I said, it just makes you realize Josh Hutcherson has been doing movies for a really long time. Like I remember seeing him in like Zathura. Yeah, when they made that into a movie.
Dude, I totally
Yeah.
forgot about that movie.
Zathura. I think that might have been one of the first ones he did. And then
Yeah, maybe.
Bridge to Terabithia. Oh, that movie's so sad.
Don't
But
remind
yeah,
me. Don't remind me.
the Journey to the Center of the Earth, Journey to the Mysterious Island, The Hunger Games, Five Nights at Freddy's. Like he's been around for a while now.
Yeah.
But the point is, this is just like it's insane. That's all we have to really say about it. And like I said, we don't have the song in the station, so I can't play the song. Like my whole thing with that song is the one summer that I went down to Florida, and I promise you, it's not pun intended. It was right around the summer when the song came out, and it was huge. Every time, like I remember driving back, like to and from all the spots that we were in Florida that week. Well, it was like 10 days. Anywho's, we just kept hearing either this song or "Don't Want to Break Your Heart" by Demi Lovato, and they would play them back to back. So the song ever since then has just gotten like permanently like welded into my brain, and now with this meme, it's just back, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, the internet is a very, very strange.
The internet is
Community.
a very strange place, but we love it ever so.
True.
And now, actually, I'm just going to plug something else in here, mostly because I don't want to hear this other song. And I'm not even going to say who it is, but I just don't want to hear it, so I'm just going to switch it up here. Up next, we got Enemy by Imagine Dragons featuring JID. If you're an Arcane fan, you definitely know this song. Coming up next here on AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. And we are back on the Dumpster Fire 4.0, part of AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. I am Josh, here with Janice.
Yeah, we're still here.
We are still here, so if anybody was wondering, currently on our break, we ended up finding even more of these Josh Hutcherson memes.
I got hit by 2 in a row.
He got hit by 2 in a row, and some of them are actually just really creative. This could very well become the brand new Rickroll.
It's about time we got a new one.
Well, I mean, the Rickroll's a goated meme at this point, so it'll never go out of style, but this is just really, oh gosh. Like, I didn't know it was that bad. I had only seen a handful of them, but now that there's like full-on, like, hour-long compilations
There's too many,
of
bro.
these, oh gosh, this
There's
is
too
just going to
many.
pick up. I was going to say, it's like, I mean, he's already gotten kind of a career resurgence as of late, because obviously, you know, his role in Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
And then shortly after this, I mean, people are going crazy over these over a 9-year-old video. This is absolutely insane. But it also works. It makes sense. I mean, given the context of the dumpster fire, that we would talk about something like this. Because that's just, oh gosh. I love it. I really do. Honestly,
I
now,
love it and hate it at the same time.
honestly, I'm secretly hoping now that, like, somewhere we just need to find a video of him walking in somewhere, and then somebody just switches up the music to that song.
I was talking to Josh during the break. Eventually, there's gonna be someone that you think it's a Rickroll. It goes into "Never Gonna Give You Up" and then instantly goes into the Josh Hutcherson meme.
Oh my gosh.
Someone out there is gonna do that.
Someone out there is going to do it. Someone far more talented than I is going to do it. I'll just say that right now. But it is just absolutely hilarious. Like, the power of the internet, it just goes without saying. Just the power of the internet. And I was gonna say, I hope my buddy doesn't get too annoyed, because I sent her like 3 memes in a row.
Were they all?
They were all Josh Hutcherson ones. So yeah. So the way it's gonna work is either she's gonna laugh or she's gonna be like, dude, knock it off.
Okay, it was funny at first,
Yeah.
but not anymore.
Yeah. I kind of did the same thing too with the slap from last year. I did kind of go overboard with the memes a little bit, so I'm trying to avoid that because last year I went off the chain with those memes.
Genuinely, I forgot about that.
I did not. Like, I actually went back and I looked at my Google Photos and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so many slap memes saved. It's not even funny anymore.
You have a problem then.
I like memes. I am chronically online and I am not afraid to admit it.
Hey,
And it shows.
first step to recovery is admitting you got a problem.
I wouldn't say it's a problem. It's more like it just gives me life. Kind of like energy drinks do. It's like being chronically online and energy drinks. This is what happens, folks. You get me. Plus, also, you toss in, a little bit of a
Baldness.
baldness and adult beverages and a little bit of madness, and you get me. That's the recipe for a perfect me.
Bald.
Yeah, I know I can use my head as a signal mirror. Some days I actually do want to actually like test out that theory. It's like if I actually like polish my head and actually use it, like can I actually use it as a signal mirror?
Please do not do it. Like if I'm with you on a trip.
No, I although there would be more sunlight out there, so
Yeah, do
that
not-
would actually be the perfect proving ground.
Yeah, no, don't do it. Like I was low key. I was afraid that it was gonna naturally do it when me and you went on our 15-mile adventure.
Yeah, but I still so keep in mind the day of the 15-mile adventure, I had shaved my head the morning that we went out there. So a little bit had grown back by the time we did the 15-mile adventure, so it wouldn't have worked. No, I mean, I would have to shave like that morning and then polish it and then try it.
That's gonna hurt my eyes the day that happens.
Just I'll give you a warning. I'll be like, close your eyes, and then I'll do it.
I'll be like that dude from the SpongeBob movie.
It's my eyes. Yeah, no. So I'll give you a heads up. Don't worry. And if anybody else is around us when we do it, I'm gonna be like, cover your eyes, and then I'll try it.
Nah, bro, you just need to cover your head in mirrors.
Oh no, that would be bad. We might turn it into a death ray at that point.
True.
Yeah, no. We're trying not to do that.
Can we turn you into a disco ball one day, though?
I'm too big.
Who says disco balls gotta be small?
That would be a very heavy disco ball. You would need like some pretty good reinforcements to keep it mounted on the roof. I mean, if
Also-
y'all are willing to make the
Also, who
investment,
says
I'm
we're
all
putting
ears.
it on the roof? We're just spinning you on the ground. Funny. It's funnier that way.
That would take more time and more effort.
Not. The putting,
I'm just saying, if y'all
putting
were
the-
willing to put in the investment to like harness, like get a harness on me and mount me on the roof and then spin me around, then I'll do it. Yeah.
Mind you, we also have to, put the stuff on you.
That wouldn't be too hard.
Yeah.
I'll just get like some.
Probably putting it over your head is gonna be the tricky part.
Maybe. We'll figure it out. But that about does it here for our show today. Wow, I can't talk today. So we will be back next week for the semester finale of the Dumpster Fire 4.0. We do thank you all so much for listening. This was a Dumpster Fire. You were all warned. Enjoy.